all the stress and tension. Our usual disclaimer: when you attend this session, you do so with a complete understanding that you are responsible for your own well being. Neither those leading the session nor our organization takes any responsibility for the outcome of your participation. So please exercise caution. And also to follow the thumb rule of yoga, which is there can be no strain or whatsoever. Everything should be done with such light effort and comfort. Thereby, there can be meditative awareness or state, observing your breath and making sure that is always slow and smooth will avoid any complicated injuries. Please engage in every practice only to an extent that is comfortable to you. Also, some of my breaths would be longer. Please ensure you follow your own breath cycle and listen to your body. We want this to be experiential. Now, let me pick. Before we begin, let's establish the group consciousness. And we do that by visualizing everyone in this group today is within you. Let's take a moment. Now, with that, let's begin with the first of 3 ohms. Now, bring your awareness to the perineum area. Here, we do the sound lum by pressing the little finger with the thumb. Let's ensure our hands and palms are aligned towards the area. Now let's begin with a deep inhale. Lum. 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 Release your hands. Continue. Lum. Lam. Last time. Lam. Now, bring your awareness an inch or above the perineum area, the pubic zone, as you draw from front to back. Here, we do the sound WUM by pressing the ring finger with the thumb. Please ensure your hands and palms are aligned. Let's begin with a deep inhale. WUM. 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 Release your hands. Continue. WUM. WUM. Last time. WUM. Now, bring your awareness to the navel area in the middle of the body. Here, we do the sound rum by pressing the middle finger with the thumb. Please ensure your hands and palms are aligned. Let's begin with a deep inhale. Rum. 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 Release your hands. Continue. Rum. Ram. Last time. Ram. Now, bring your awareness in between the chest area, in the middle of the body. Here, we do the sound yum by pressing the forefinger with the thumb. Let's begin with a deep inhale. Yum. 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 Release your hands. Continue. Yum. Yum. Last time. Yum. Now, bring your awareness to the throat area in the middle of the body. Here, we do the sound hum with thumbs up, loose fist. Let's begin with a deep inhale. Hum. 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 Release your hands. Continue. Hum. 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 Last time. Hum. Now, bring your awareness to the middle of the forehead area. Here, we do the sound shum with thumbs up, loose fist. Let's begin with a deep inhale. Shum. 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 Release your hands. Continue. Ksham. Sham. Last time. Sham. Now, bring your awareness to the top of the middle of the head. Here, we do the sound Om with thumbs up, loose fist. Let's begin. Release your hands. Continue. Last time. One more time, please. Observe within. You might feel a sense of calmness and stillness. Now, with that, let's move on to Ujjayi Pranayama or happy face breathing. Those you know, please go ahead and get started. Others who need instructions, make a big smile with cheeks out. And as you smile, you will feel a stretch at the bottommost part of the mouth area, which is the throat area. Here, as you inhale and exhale, you will feel a mild sucking sensation. Observe that area. Let's do a couple of breaths here. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now, continue to do Ujjayi. As you do Ujjayi, as you inhale, you lift up your shoulders, make a rotation, and then drop your shoulders as you exhale. Bring your palms back on the knees. Let's continue. As you make the circular motion, move your hand around the knees. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now, bring your palms together in Namaste position near the chest area. Now, as you inhale, you reach your palms all the way up, facing the ceiling. And as you exhale, you bring your hands down, back in Namaste position near the chest area. Let's continue. Inhale. Exhale. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now, make a fist, bend at the wrist, bring it near the chest area. Now, as you inhale, you open up your palms and fingers as wide as you can. Stretch all the way back. And as you exhale, you bring your wrist back to the chest area. Let's continue. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now, bring your elbows in line with the shoulders. Now, as you inhale, you open up your palm and fingers as if a flower is budding. And as you exhale, you make a fist, bring it back near the chest area. Let's continue. Now, with the exhalation, let's reverse the direction. As you inhale And as you exhale, you bring it back near the chest area. Inhale and exhale. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now, let's interlock our fingers with knuckles facing the ceiling or the sky and bring it behind your head like this. Now, as you exhale, you turn towards the one side of the shoulder. Inhale back to the center. Turn towards the other side of the shoulder. Inhale back to the center. Let's continue. Last exhalation. Last inhalation. Now, let's grab our elbows behind our head. And as you exhale, you pull towards the one side of the elbow. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, pull towards the other side of the elbow. Inhale back to the center. Let's continue. Please do stretch only to an extent that's comfortable. Do not overstretch. If you feel tightness on one of the shoulder, try to stretch for a little longer. So last exhalation and last inhalation. Release your hands. Sit comfortably. Let's move on to the neck exercises. Now, as you exhale, you gently tilt your head towards one side of the shoulder as if the ear is trying to reach the shoulder. Inhale back to the center. Tilt on the other side. Inhale back to the center. Let's continue. Slowly and steadily, you will be able to touch the ear. Last exhalation and last inhalation. Now let's move on to the head turn. As you exhale, you turn your head towards one side of the shoulder. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, turn towards the other side of the shoulder. Inhale back to the center. Let's continue. Now last exhalation and last inhalation. Now let's do the 360-degree head turn. Now inhale, pull your head all the way back with chin up. Feel the stretch in the neck area. And as you exhale, you bring your chin to the chest area. As you inhale, pull your head all the way back with chin up. Let's do it again. And as you exhale, you bring your chin to the chest area. Now from here, we'll do the 360-degree circle. As you inhale, you go around your neck and make half a circle. And as you exhale, you complete the circle in one direction. Let's continue. Let's reverse the direction now. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now, let's move on to the spinal twist. And we do that by clasping your left palm over your right knee. And when you turn back, hold your back or hold the back of the chair or let your hand free in the air. If you're not comfortable with either, place your palms at the lowermost part of your back area. Now with each exhalation, we're going to say ah. With the last direction, when we do chin to the chest, we will hum. Now let's begin with the first. Let's move on to the right. To the left. To the back. Chin to the chest. Now let's move on to the second round with 2 R's and 2 arms. To the right. To the left. To the back. Chin to the chest. So let's move on to the third round with 3 R's and 3 arms. To the right. To the left. To the back. Mm, Chin to the chest. Mm, 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 Let's finish our sitting exercises with three omkaras. Let's begin with the first of three ohms and then we will move on to the standing exercises. Now, let's move on to the standing exercises. For those of you who have good balance, please go ahead and stand. Otherwise, please be seated. Now, place your palms on your hip area. As you inhale, let's push towards one side of the hand. And as you exhale, you're back to the center. Inhale, push towards the other side of the hand. Exhale, back to the center. Let's continue. Last exhalation. Last inhalation. Now let's do the forward bend. And we do that with the first step with a backward arch and then moving forward. And then the third step, trying to reach the floor with your hands or trying to touch the floor. And then the fourth step, grab hold of your knees, try to drop your head in between your knees and pull back up. Now let's do this with the breath work. Clasp your elbows behind your back. Now, as you inhale, make a complete backward arch with chin up. Feel the stretch from the bottommost part of the feet to the neck and head area. Now from here, as you exhale, keeping your back and neck straight, keep pushing forward little by little with each exhalation. Now, bring your hands down. Try to touch the floor, or if you can touch, go ahead and touch it. Now grab hold of your knees, drop your head in between, and pull back up. Let's be seated. Let's do our alternate nostril breathing. If you're familiar with alternate nostril breathing, please continue. Otherwise, imagine there's a flow of energy or awareness as you inhale from the left nostril and it reaches all the way to the top of the middle of the forehead. And as you exhale, it descends through the right nostril. And again, as you inhale, it goes all the way up to the center of the head, middle of the forehead. And then as you exhale through the left nostril, it descends. Feel free to hold your fingers, whichever is comfortable for you. There is no hard and fast rule. Let's do a last inhalation, last exhalation. Let's get ready for the spinal mantra. Make sure you're seated comfortably. Now, soften your gaze, gently close your eyes. You'll be able to sense a calmness or stillness within yourself. Feel that sensation. I'll be playing spinal mantra in the background.
We do the 7 mantras from the feet and ankle to the knees to the lowermost part of the spine, which is in between the buttocks and the back, and then the lumbar spine, the thoracic spine, the cervical spine in the neck, and then in the back of the head, in the very top, called the shikha point. The mantra for the feet and neck are the same, that is Aim. Now let us begin from the feet and ankle with mantra Aim, moving to knees where we vibrate Shim, and move on to the base of the spine where we do Jim. Aim, Shim, Jim. Aim, Shim, Jim. I'm Shim 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 Jim. Now we move from the base of the spine to the lumbar region, then to the thoracic or the back region of the spine with Jim, Jime, Haim. So let's go. Jim, Jime, Haim. 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 Now we move from the thoracic spine to the spine and the neck to the back of the head with Haim, Aim, Om. Let's go. Haim, Aim, Om. 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 Now we do all the 7 mantras in sequence, starting from the feet and ankle. Aim, Shim, Jim, Jime, Haim, Aim, Om. I'm Shim Jim Jime Haim I'm 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 Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam 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 Ham 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 I'm Om.
When you're ready, let's move on to 3 rounds of Bhastrika. Pull back your shoulders. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 13. Exhale. 14. Exhale. 15. Exhale. 16. Exhale. 17. Exhale. 18. Exhale. 19. Exhale. And 20. Exhale. Kumbhaka followed by Brahmari. Mm. Let's begin with the second round. Pull back your shoulders. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 13. Exhale. 14. Exhale. 15. Exhale. 16. Exhale. 17. Exhale. 18. Exhale. 19. Exhale. And 20. Exhale. Now, Kumbhaka followed by Brahmari. Let's move on to the third round. Pull back your shoulder. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 13. Exhale. 14. Exhale. 15. Exhale. 16. Exhale. 17. Exhale. 18. Exhale. 19. Exhale. And 20. Exhale. Kumbhaka followed by Brahmari. Now let's get ready for meditation. Please make sure you're seated comfortably with your back rested on the chair. Soften your gaze, gently close your eyes. Mentally affirm, I let go of everything. I give up all my concepts and ideas. I care about nothing. I let go of everything. Keep your palms open. Observe within. If you have a preferred way of meditation, please go ahead and continue. Otherwise, visualize a flow of energy from the bottommost part of the spine to the top of the head and above the head. Now, as you visualize this flow, I'll be playing Om in the background, and you can mentally affirm 3 syllables, which are I'm, Im, Om. I'm, Im, Om. Now, if you feel this music as distraction, you can reduce the volume, but otherwise, please continue to listen. Observe a sense of calmness and stillness within you. When you're ready, mentally affirm, may I please be guided for the purpose of life on this earth. Now slowly bring back your senses part by part, from the head to your hands, your chest area, your abdominal area, your legs, and your feet. Gently rub your hands, palms together, and place that warmth on your eyelids. And slowly bring your palms together in front of you and be thankful and grateful for all the things that you have. Namaste. Thank you. Doctor is here.
Namaste. Today being Sunday, we have opportunity for any discussions, so please feel free to ask anything.
Namaste, Dr. Rajan. No, actually, we received this mail regarding this one-day program in Florida on May 3rd. Said that you can even connect remotely. But I think for people in India, it might be the time would be a problem, isn't it? It starts in the evening, our
Yes,
time.
yes.
So, I mean, is there any benefit if we do, attend a part of the program and because it will stretch into the night?
No. There is definitely a benefit to connect early on. I don't yet have in my mind. There are 4 areas of topics that are listed over there.
Yes.
I yet don't have in my mind what sequence in which it is going. The rough sequence, I think, is in the when they begin at 9 o'clock in the morning there, which will actually be your
Around
6.
6. Yeah.
Yes, 6 p.m. At your no, or 6:30, right?
Yes.
6:30 p.m. your time. I think the early part may be more related to. Actually, we'll probably discuss the prana vidya before going to practice. But the first 1.5 hours, your 6:30 to 8 p.m. will be practice. Then after that, why we do what, the discussion may be the part of it. Then the other
So
two
from
parts.
Patanjali Yoga Sutras, it says insights from the Patanjali Yoga Sutras.
Yes. We can. You tell me. Would you like the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, or would you like therapy related discussion?
No, because there was one thing related to karma cleansing and inner refinement. So what exactly is that?
Oh, I have to look it up. Karma cleansing, I can tell you what it is. You see, what happens is our karmas are in our spiritual content, which is in the spiritual world, not in the physical body. The karmas are waiting to fruition through you in the circumstances and things it creates for you, right? Now, is there a way to go and cleanse off all your karmas? Well, there are 2 techniques in it. Actually, there are 3 techniques in it. The first technique, which is the lowest technique, which is what yoga teaches for most people, is be a pure observer, don't let it affect you. Right? Now, a little stronger is it is very difficult not to get affected. So, how do you deal with it when you're affected? It's chakra vibration. But then what is happening is the karma is already connected with you over here. Okay, but what you're doing is when it has connected, you're trying to minimize the impact on you. Right? But the third method is a very, very powerful method. And this I do not discuss in public. And it is called Trayambaka Kriya. That Trayambaka Kriya, if people who are meant to have another rebirth, if they do it, they will die if they do it. So that is why we don't teach it in public. Okay? But for people who don't have rebirth, that Kriya can actually take you right into the spiritual entity and clear off all the karmas right over there. It need not even come to the body. but that is a thing that has to be handled with a lot of care. So there is a intention-based karma cleansing that is done, and that intention-based karma cleansing is a little more powerful. Actually, let's put it this way: it is about the same thing as our chakra vibration. In that, what we do is actually no, it is a little more powerful than chakra vibration. Okay. So what we do is we create 5 affirmations. The first affirmation is we basically tell ourselves, I am the 3 parts of the ultimate. What is the 3 parts within? You see, often when you talk about Shiva, you talk about Shiva as Trayambakeshwara, right?
Yes.
What is Trayambakam? Trayambakam are
3 worlds.
3. Yes, tell me.
The 3 worlds.
Often, actually, you can think of it as 3 worlds, or often they are said as the 3 eyes, right? What are the 3 eyes? When I say eyes, I mean EYES, eyes, right? Kannu.
Yes, yes.
So what are the 3 eyes of the divinity, or the 2 this thing Trayambakam when we say?
Bhurbhuva Swaha.
Huh?
Bhurbhuva Swaha.
Yes, but the thing is basically how is it represented within you? The thing is basically what happens is the 5 lower chakras in you are connecting into your physical entity. Okay? And the Agnya chakra is the one that is representing of the composite connected into the cosmic zone, right? The spiritual content. And then, of course, the our connection into Swa is always to the top of the head. Onkar, right? So what happens is you invoke the 3 aspect of the divinity within yourself. Trayambakam yajamahe. And then what you affirm to yourself is, I come into this body in the form of light. And actually, in the Mahanarayana Upanishad, there is the statement how creation comes in. Shukrena jyoti gumshi samanu pravishta prajapatisharati garbhe antaha. Actually, the Mahanarayana Upanishad begins, I don't know whether you have read it, it is rarely chanted in temples. It goes, because very long. Ambhasya pare bhuvanasya madhye nakasya prishte mahato mahiyan. That's how it begins. Shukrena jyotigum shisamanu pravishta prajapatischarati garbhe antaha. So, the thing is, you see, the coming into the physical body is in the form of light. And when we say it is in the form of light, this is very interesting, is any communication that happens to you is in the nature of light flowing. That's why we have the fiber optic cables that are running through. Fiber optic cables, whatever is running through is only light. And the light carries the information with it. But it carries it with it, whatever it's carrying at a much higher speed than other kinds of copper wire communication, right? So that is the concept. Second affirmation, I come into this body in the form of light. And the third affirmation is all of existence coming from the same source makes us everything in creation. We are all brothers and sisters. Even though in the physical world there may be mothers and children and fathers and brothers and sisters, in reality, in all of existence, whatever is created coming from the same source, out of the same womb, we are all, brothers and sisters. So what happens is you have a sense of a kindred spirit towards everyone. Kindred spirit means it's very interesting. The idea is a caring spirit. Just because somebody is a relative of yours, you may not love that person. Okay, on the other hand, if, because they are relative and with you, you will care for the person. Okay, liking a person and loving a person are different matter from caring for the person, right?
Yes.
So, and then of course, so you have that kind of a feeling towards or everything in creation. And you visualize that as the pink light emanating from the Anahata chakra spreading everywhere. Then the fourth affirmation you make is that the energy in me is in order to fulfill the purpose for which I have come. And you visualize that energy as golden yellow light coming from the navel chakra spreading everywhere. And then the last one, fifth affirmation you make is, I come into this body for a fixed purpose, which are all embedded in my chakras that are connected with the cosmic system. So when you make these five affirmations in your mind, what you have effectively done is you have connected yourself from the source of creation down to the physical body. And having made that connection, that step by step connection, and your relationship with everything in creation, then what you do is you go mentally. But you see, what is very interesting is very few people realize in many of the Purana stories, there are a lot of embedded, very interesting ideas, right? Now, one of the places is the Bhagavata Purana. It has a lot of interesting stories. And to make sense of it sometimes will be a little difficult for people. And the people who believe in blind faith don't even care to understand it from the real, meaning of it. Okay? So there are two wonderful stories in Bhagavatam. And the one story is, have you heard of the story of the King Ambarisha and his encounter with the
Durvasa.
Durvasa Muni? Right? You have heard of
Yes.
that, right?
Yes.
Everybody here heard of it? Manjula, you know that?
Oh, I've heard this story, but
You don't
I don't
remember?
recollect the details.
Okay. And then there's another story in the Bhagavatam where the Prahlada is being, they're trying to kill him. And Prahlada makes a statement, death will not come to me unless such time that the purpose is over and God wishes that to happen. Nobody can kill me, right? So, in the two stories are very important to explain this. Because what happens is in the Durvasa Muni with Ambarish encounter, there is I'm going to assume that most of you here know most of the story, so I'm going to skip many parts of it, but just get to the core element. Okay? The core element is Durvasa Muni gets angry at Ambarisha because he broke his Dwadashi fast after keeping the Ekadashi Vrata, right?
Yes.
And how did he break it? Simply by having some water with tulsi in it. He had
Tulsi.
a tulsi seed, exactly. He had that. And Durvasa considered that without offering him first, the king having had it, he has insulted him, right?
Yes.
So what does Durvasa Muni do? He takes a lock of hair out of his head and throws it on the floor. And out of that, a form comes like a demon. And that demon rushes towards King Ambarisha to kill Ambarisha. Ambarisha sits, there's this thing, oh, I'm sorry, Muni, you got offended. I'm so sorry. Okay, if you're going to kill me, so be it, whatever you want. And he's just standing there like that. And out of nowhere comes a Sudarshana. That is the story you hear, right? That
Yes.
chops up that form over there. And after chopping up the form, it goes after Durvasana. And the story goes that Durvasa Muni is going through all the places. He goes to Shiva, he goes to Brahma, and he goes to Vishnu. Everybody says we cannot do anything, right? And finally, he has to come and fall at the feet of Ambarisha and tell him, please call this back, right? So, what is that Sudarshana? You see, what it is all of us have a Sudarshana in us. Okay? It is the one of the three Trayambakams. When I ask the question, what is the Trayambakam? In the physical body, our Trayambakam is represented in three ways. The Atma Chakra, where you have over here, the Atma Chakra is our connection into the Swa. Swa is the source, God. And the Ajna Chakra is connected into the spiritual world. And there is the third chakra, which is the Sahasrara Chakra, from which the Sudarshana emerges. The Sudarshana is the protector of this body until it fulfills the purpose of its lifetime. So the Sudarshana protects you. And, the thing is, you see, this the reason, of course, you have heard in, Vaishnava circle, if people have problems in the family, they will do a Sudarshana home, right?
Oh, yes.
And in the more Shaiva, this thing, they will do a Mahamrityunjaya home, right? So the case, you see, so this is the Mrityunjaya, the Sudarshana is the one that protects this thing. And it is very interesting why Shiva is represented as Trayambaka. Because you see, what is very interesting is, if you know the story between Chandran and Shiva, how Chandran got, cursed by Shani, right? Was it Shani or which one? No, I think it was a Muni.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. And so the thing is, basically, the one who protected the Chandran from dying was Shiva. And how did Shiva do that? By taking the Chandran and putting it on the top of his head. And so the Chandrakalai, that is how the name Chandramauli comes, right? For the name of Shiva, Chandramauli. So the thing is, you see, when we talk about Trayambakam, actually the real aspect about yoga is to be able to integrate the three things. And that is why, if you see very carefully in our logo over here, that is there. Let me put this right over here, you will see it. Actually, a better way to show it is here. Okay, I'm going to make this very big so that you can see it over here. Can you see the logo?
Yes.
In that logo, you see the Atma Chakra over there, you see the Ajna Chakra, and above the head, you see the Sudarshana, right? And the integrative element of these three is what our purpose, of our nature of existence in life. And of course, you see all the different colored petals over there and all of that, and the blue over there and all of that, they represent the Panchatattva. Right? So the concept of Trayambakam, this thing is very interesting. And a lot of people don't even know the real, purpose of the Trayambakam when we deal with the Trayambakam, this thing, right? So anyway, that was a little bit of diversion for you. So what happens is, after we do the 5 invocations where we are connected, we invoke the Sudarshana. And what we do is we invoke the Sudarshana and we ask the Sudarshana to cleanse everything in our being. And so there is a routine we do that we call as the karma cleansing technique. So in some senses, it is very similar to our chakra vibration. The only difference in chakra vibration is you don't have to make a mental effort to think you're cleansing. Whereas when you do the karma cleansing, you have to think you're cleansing with the Sudarshana. That's about it. That's a karma cleansing technique.
Thank you so much.
You see, embedded within the culture of India, this thing, the stories and how it is formed in so many different things. They're embedded. It is, unless you can understand the nature of existence and how at the spiritual level we integrate and work, it's very difficult to understand. Now, a lot of you here come in a generation where if you look back at your parents will never address each other by their name. Have you noticed how many of you have experienced that? Okay? And there is a reason for that. You see, what happens is, the thing is when people get married, it is, they become one chitta. You see, each one has their own programmed entity. Both of them, their karmas engage together, become one chitta. When it becomes one chitta, then in which case they are really one unit. The moment you call another person by a name, you are separating them. That is why you don't call them by the name, because they are one. So the thing is, you see, the subtle elements of it, how, that are embedded in the culture, you will see that. Any other questions?
I think we're good for today then.
Okay, namaste.
Namaskar. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Mhm.